Guys, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. And I'm just doing my research, and this guy Tarzan is in the movie since 1918 to today. So in which moment we passed from this
Wow.
to this?
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is the first Tarzan, 1918. So it's
Is
like,
that the first
yeah.
one?
It's like,
That is so cool. I haven't seen that picture before.
it's 1918 movie, and of course we got
Wow.
Cute skirt.
all the Johnny Weissmullers and in the 80s Greystock. So why do you think this character is still with us? Every single decade we at least have one movie about him.
Well, people have always been fascinated by the noble savage, the idea of returning to the wild. It kind of speaks to people's more atavistic side and something more primal, and especially today when we live in high rises on top of each other, stacked, in a concrete jungle, there's that longing to kind of return to the wild. Adam Cozart, who wrote the script of Legend of Tarzan, did so beautifully where that's all in the movie. The colonialism, you see what King Leopold is doing to the Congo, and you get to learn a little bit about this genocide that most people don't know anything about. And you see stuff that's, issues that are very relevant today. What's going with how the animals are treated, what they're doing to the ivory trade, and obviously the environment. And I think that he did such a beautiful way of, that's in the movie, but it's not too heavy-handed. It's still like a big, fun action adventure movie, but it gives a little bit more depth. It doesn't make it so trivial.
I need you to scream for me.
Like a damsel.
Jane is lovely in the movie, but she's like it's not the typical Victorian girl, very stiff. He can kick ass also, so how do you combine those elements?
Yeah, that was like a really fun aspect to the character, that she wasn't just gonna sit by, and I mean, it just wouldn't be very fun to play someone who's not really doing anything. So yeah, we kind of spoke a lot about making sure that she was always very defiant to the situation.
And her husband.
And very defiant to her husband, is true, yeah. So it's a very modern relationship told in an earlier time. But that made her so much more fun to play.
I read a lot of your training process was pretty much a nightmare because the diet and the exercise, and so the movie looks amazing, but how tough for real for you?
It was very demanding, and I basically had to kind of say goodbye to friends and family for 9 months. But we had such a great time shooting the movie, and this was such a dream for me to get to play Tarzan. I mean, I've been a fan since I was a little boy, so it helps when you're incredibly motivated. When your alarm goes off and it's still dark out, and you're so pumped because you get to go swing on these vines and work with amazing people, and it helps. It's easier to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm. And the last sequence is in that village with these animals and jumping, explosions, action sequence. Everything was, there, like practical?
Yeah, a lot of pyrotechnics for the explosions and bullets and things like that.
They blew up the boat for real.
Yeah, they blew up the boat. Everything, I mean, a lot of it was there, so it makes our job a lot easier.
Where are you going?
Get some friends.
I really enjoy your work in different movies. You got the ability to transform completely your physics for different character.
Oh, good.
And you can look like a very old grumpy man, and this case is like a very energetic guy. Yeah, in the Tarantino movies, so
really?
Everything is on the script, everything is there, or you just incorporate things that you want to create with the character.
Well, the story, hopefully the stories will give it to you, and like in this particular case, the source material was there, so I could look up and find out who George Washington Williams was. In other cases, you have license to make things up, create a face, create an image, and kind of present it to the director and see how he likes it.
This character is in the movie history since 1918, I believe, in the silent era. Why do you think this character is still, that popular and appealing to the audience?
And for a long time, Tarzan has been, I guess, the jungle police. He keeps the animals in line over here, and he keeps the natives in line. He lives in a treehouse with Jane, and he's in charge. But, all of a sudden, we have this one, where he's actually a member of the jungle community. I mean, you find out what Tarzan of the Apes really means because you see what happened when he was raised in the ape community, how he was raised in that community, and what that meant in terms of his relationships with them and being bullied or whatever. It's a different, more well-rounded Tarzan than we've seen before.
Yeah, the set was, a real jungle. They built like the whole thing. Everything was shot on the set.
Mm-hmm.
How was, how the detail, or was green screen? How was that?
Well, the details are great. I mean, the wonderful thing about having, a man-made jungle is, there's no snakes and there's no bugs. So it's kind of great. I mean, other than that,
It's more comfortable.
yeah,
Air conditioning
totally.
there. It's not.
Air conditioning, bug-free jungle. Hey, can't beat that.
Yeah.